Ben!
Well, it's time to rock and roll. This week provides us something new, something disgusting, something that's rather bizarre, and a larger question that I've pondered on for the longest of times. It also tells us that Ben 10 is a fucking lie.
Liar!
I don't have much else of an introduction for you this week, so let's just roll with it and see where we end up, eh?
I understood that reference.
This week opens with Ben and the gang sat in Yellowstone National Park for a quiet little getaway from their summer getaway. When Max suggests eating from the grounds around them, in a genuinely smart move, Ben resorts to the watch as a means to escape, when he suddenly turns into the Michelin Man and stumbles around, struggling to gauge some semblance of balance.
Good job.
It turns out that Ben unlocked a new form that can act as its own bowling ball, and everything around it is a set of fucking Skittles.
Comedy.
After Ben transforms into the new life form, he later names Cannonball. A meteorite crashes down next to them, which was mentioned briefly on Ben's portable radio / Walkman.
Hey, old guys! Do those still work?
When the dust settles, it turns out that the meteor was a giant fucking tick. The tick itself locks into the earth and starts to suck the life force from it. Then it's revealed that the tick is not alone in this, as a halo sword-shaped ship appears in the sky carrying 3 peculiar-looking aliens that are following the tick along its warpath to devour whole worlds and consume everything within the universe.
Fair enough. See you around.
Ben and the crew naturally take issue with this and try to combat it, facing heavy resistance from the tick's posse, and once they're taken out, Ben makes attempt after attempt to beat the tick, but none of the aliens have any impact on it, except for the newest addition in the lineup, Cannonball. Ben manages to collect himself as Cannonball and figures out his destructive capabilities by tearing the tick apart from the inside out.
What?
The destruction causes it to explode as the Earth reverts to its condition before it arrived. As the aliens were about to renounce their devotion to the deceased creature and swear loyalty to Cannonball, he transforms back into himself and they realise that this is pretty fucking stupid. They then just up and leave, with Ben having to clean the van for trying to leave Max and Gwen at the start. So this series obviously doesn't stick to its intended design, but let's be honest, all the decently written stories in the world wouldn't have stopped this show becoming stagnant over time, when we've explored all the abilities pretty much and powers of Ben's other forms. Imagine trying to fill out a 52 episode, 4 season run with just 10 aliens and invent new ways for them to use their powers week to week. You'd run out of ideas eventually, and even the limited characters like Ripjaws and Grey Matter would become redundant in a matter of episodes. So, to be given a new addition to the watch that seemingly possesses limitations almost immediately gives us an idea of Cannonball's functions without confusing the kids that might be watching this, and quite possibly could struggle to remember what every alien is capable of. This also provides a new understanding to the watch that if twisted and turned in the right ways, Ben can unlock other forms and DNA transformations. Cannonball is an interesting design and truly exemplifies how ridiculous some of the concepts can be, but demonstrates how effective they are, especially with how unbalanced Cannonball is despite his precision targeting when balled up. It gives us a good sense of how vast the alien range might be in the universe and what other possibilities are available at the twist and slam of the dial. The Tick was a rather lousy antagonist as the followers were just misguided by desperation, as the Tick likely took their worlds from them, as well as mentioning that Cannonbolts had disappeared not a week before. But it allowed Ben to flex in a new form and give us a rather unsettling scene where he's just bouncing off the inside walls of the Tick's body and smashing through its heart and ribs.
A worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
The end result was predictable to this tale, but this was an enjoyable watch, primarily as you sat waiting to see more from Cannonball, who goes on to become a regular call for Ben going forward, and will become a saving grace for him against a returning foe not long after this. The general plot of the Tick just traversing the universe and galactusing the fuck out of everything is rather terrifying when you consider there are planets out there that possess the aliens on the watch already, yet only Cannonbolt was able to defeat it. I do wonder though, is there some connection between Cannonbolt's debut and when the Tick arrived? Cannonbolt was the only one to defeat it, but he showed up right when the Tick crash landed. So did the proximity between the Tick and the Omnitrix cement Cannonbolt's debut as a means to destroy it? Or was it simply just because Ben was fucking around with it? I'm not sure, but let's not rule out either possibility. We didn't receive much of a continuation for Max's story from last week, however, you would imagine some discussions happened during that time. Anyway though, that's all I've got for this week. I appreciate you stopping by. As you leave, hit the like and subscribe for more down the road, and until next time everybody, take care, and I will see you soon.